Are the Pittsburgh Steelers offensive players beginning to turn against Matt Canada? Hello, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, and welcome to the Pittsburgh Steelers Syndicate, your latest episode of the Pittsburgh Steelers Syndicate with me, your host, Britsburgh, Owen. And guys, if you've just found the Pittsburgh Steelers Syndicate, this is your fan channel that does not chat rubbish and is run by real, genuine Pittsburgh Steelers fans who know the team, who understand the fan base, and what is going on at the team. And certainly, unlike other channels, we do get you. So if you are a true black and gold diehard, if you are a true member of Steeler Nation family, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and come and join the Pittsburgh Steelers Syndicate. Well, guys, it now appears to me, looking at what has been coming out of the Steelers facility and also the Steelers locker room this week, there seems to be a player rebellion, or certainly a player air of discontent, if we were putting a less dramatic tone on it, against offensive coordinator Matt Canada. Now, on Sunday night after the defeat against Miami, Chase Claypool hung back in the locker room to speak to reporters, and certainly what he had to say was very, very revealing, and I'll share that with you shortly. Now, in addition to that, this week, only yesterday, Wednesday, Kenny Pickett and Diontae Johnson were both interviewed by Steelers media, and what they had to say was very telling indeed. They kind of, I don't know, called out Matt Canada without specifically mentioning Matt Canada. They kind of, I don't know, blame the offensive struggles on the play calling and the scheme without actually mentioning the play calling and scheme by name and mentioning Matt Canada by name. Sorry. There does appear, I think, if you actually look at what players are saying, at what Steelers insiders who speak to these players day in, day out at the Pittsburgh Steelers facility and at Acrisure Stadium, there does honestly seem to be a movement by the offensive players against Matt Canada. Now, this would not be the first time that players had moved to oust a coach. Certainly in the past, Steelers' offensive line ousted their coach, and Pouncey effectively took on the role of running the offensive line in previous years. So it's not the first time it has happened. Now, what could be the result of this? Well, I've got some theories on that, so hang on to the end of the video and I'll fill you in on those theories. So let's have a look at what the players have had to say this week from Sunday forward. So let's recap. This is what Chase Claypool had to say when he was asked what was going wrong with the Steelers offense. He said, I think we just need more go balls. Like, damn, not enough go balls. We got playmakers. I haven't had a go ball all year. George needs more. Diontae needs more. I'm not saying that it's on the play calling. I'm just saying we need to try and find a way to scheme it up. Now, telling remarks in that comment. First of all, not enough go balls, so not enough throwing the ball downfield for these offensive weapons of Claypool, of Johnson, of Pickens to get after and get separation, get yardage, and cause problems for the opposition. Clear. That's what he is saying here. He's saying that it's not happening enough or at all in some cases. Now, he's saying it's not on the play calling, but then he goes to say it's got to be on the scheme. Now, who invents the scheme? Who runs the scheme for this offense? Simple, Matt Canada. So Canada is obviously not scheming these in to his offensive scheme. It's not part of his scheme, clearly, to use the weapons that he's got. Now, why, when you've got three wide receivers, Claypool and Pickens, big, huge, strong, fast guys who can get down the field, Diontae Johnson, who people tell me is the best at getting separation on the Steelers roster, why are you not using that? Why are you throwing constantly under 20 yards, constantly under the numbers? Why are you throwing short passes all the time? Why are you avoiding the middle of the field all the time when you've got players of the talent of Claypool, of Pickens, of Johnson, Freiermuth, Harris, etc.? Really don't understand it, guys. Really don't understand it. Now, add to this the comments that Diontae Johnson made. Diontae Johnson said this: we just line up out there and do what the coaches tell us. We want to go down the field more. We just got to throw it up more and give us a chance. A very telling remark here from Johnson. Number one, saying that they're only doing what they're being told to do. Like Canada, we want to go down the field more. So there's a desire there to actually get down the field, to get after the ball, to get these go balls, to get these routes that stretch the opposition, but they're not having them. And then that last line, just got to throw it up more and give us a chance. Diontae quite clearly feels that the scheme, the play calling, is not giving him and the rest of the wide receivers a chance to impress, a chance to get down the field, a chance to get separation, a chance to go for these go balls. So it's clear here what Johnson is saying. Now, on top of that as well, Kenny Pickett also spoke to the media as well. And Kenny Pickett was also very similar in his comments to what Johnson and Claypool said. You know, it's telling, isn't it? Really is telling. This is what he had to say. Oh, I can't find it. Anyway, he had to say that sometimes, you know, it's got to be schemed in. It's got to be put into the play calling. It's got to be put out there to get these guys deep, to get these guys separation. Now, is Pickett really saying that this is not happening? So it's really telling, isn't it, that these offensive minds, these offensive players that they have, these weapons that Steelers have, feel that they've been underused or certainly not used in the right way by the Pittsburgh Steelers offensive coordinator. There does seem to be this growing disquiet amongst the players as to how Matt Canada is running this offense. They feel frustrated, they feel angry, they feel like they're getting a lot of blame for something they've got no control over. As Deontay said in that first line, we line up out there and we do what the coaches tell us. So there's obviously a great deal of control over the players here, that they're not been allowed to express themselves, that they're not been allowed to audible in the ways that they were perhaps when Ben Roethlisberger was the quarterback. This is really, I think, holding the Steelers offense back. Now, what's going to happen? What is going to happen? That's got to be the question. What's going to happen? How do the Pittsburgh Steelers overcome these problems? Now, some people are rumoring that Coach Tomlin will speak to the players, the offensive players, and tell them that Coach Canada will be gone after the bye. That's one rumor that's been doing the rounds. I find this unlikely, as it's not the Steeler way, which makes me want to puke. The Steeler way, which is still stuck in the 1970s. This, like I said on a video that I'm put out on my channel, the Steelers need to modernize or die, and they're stuck in the 70s. Or it could be that Coach Canada is relieved of his major play calling duties and Mike Sullivan is given more control over the offense. That is something else that has been strongly rumored coming out of the Pittsburgh Steelers facility. There are a number of people like Dejan Kovacevic, like Adam Kozora, people like that who are rumoring this has been the case. That while the Steelers will not sack Canada because it's not the Steeler way, they may relieve him of play calling duties as they have in the past with other coaches and give more responsibility to the likes of Mike Sullivan. Now, some people have condemned Mike Sullivan as being not very good offensive coordinator, but realistically, how much worse can it get than the Matt Canada? I also want to just answer a few people that have said, well, you can't sack Canada because what would that do to Kenny Pickett? I've heard this on a number of podcasts. I was listening to a podcast last night. I'm not going to name it. And I heard one of the contributors in there saying you can't sack Canada because you would be giving him 3 to 4 coordinators in his first year in the NFL. I'm sorry, that's complete and utter rubbish. You really don't know what you're talking about. At the end of the day, this is not good. This is going to destroy Kenny Pickett's confidence. This is going to set Kenny Pickett back, not moving forward. Getting rid of Canada and putting in someone that works effectively with him that's going to raise his confidence and then giving him a good offensive coordinator next year is going to be better for Pickett in the long run rather than keeping Canada in place, who is going to destroy the confidence of these offensive talents like Pickens, like Pickett, like Claypool. Keep him in place just because Kenny Pickett can't have 3 coordinators in his first season is an absolute BS reason for keeping it. I'm sorry to say that, but that is honestly what I feel. So, guys, let me know in the comments below what you think of what the players have had to say and solutions for moving forward for this offense. Thank you for watching the Pittsburgh Steelers Syndicate. And like I said, if you've just found the Pittsburgh Steelers Syndicate, then hit that sub, ring that notification bell, and come and join the Pittsburgh Steelers Syndicate family. And as always, guys, only one way to end this. Here we go, Steelers. Come on.